Hey everybody, welcome back to this special plan with me. This is actually my very first plan with me, and I think it's very apropos considering that this is also my first planner challenge that I'm doing. I'm doing the Black Lives Matter Planners Challenge, and I decided to join this challenge because it gave me a creative outlet to kind of put some of my thoughts and emotions down, as well as just give me some time to reflect. As I did this spread, I did it in a complete silence. I used this time to really just reflect on my thoughts about everything that's been happening and actually my entire life. The hashtag BLM Planners Challenge is hosted by at Queen's Fancy Plans and at Katie Did _plans on Instagram. And I can't thank these ladies enough for giving us creatives an outlet to express ourselves and also stand in solidarity during this time. Um, a lot of us, especially a lot of us people of color, have gotten to a point where we're just tired. We're tired of saying the same thing. We're tired of expressing the same thing. And I felt that doing this spread was a way for me to utilize my new crafting love and to stand in solidarity with all my brothers and sisters during this hard time. Here I'm using some stamps that I actually got from Michael's. These are just some cheap little stamps. They were part of the Power Buys deal. I never thought I'd use the stamps, but here I am using them. And you saw I was trying to figure out where I was going to put the week of. And here I was trying to decide if I was going to use a stencil for the numbering. And I ended up deciding against the stencil because it just was not the right size. At least not the size that I wanted it to be. So I decided to go ahead and write the dates for the week. Now, this spread that I'm doing is actually in a converted Happy Notes that I have turned into an actual planner. And what I'm doing, even though this is going for this week of June 8th through 14th, this can actually be converted easily later by just changing the dates or the days of the week. I already have a planner set up for the week, but I also wanted to participate in this challenge and do my part. So I went ahead and did this spread in the converted Happy Notes planner that I am making. And here I use the Happy Planner stencils that I got with a, I think it was part of a divider pack or something like that. I honestly never thought I would use these stencils, but they came in handy. I typically don't go for vertical layouts, but I decided I was going to try for this spread because it's something new, and I figured, you know what? This is something new for me to actually videotape me doing a spread, for me to do a plan with me. And here I'm showing those stamps that I'm using. Part of the set came with these calendar stamps, which are days of the week, and they're actually pretty small, but I decided that they actually would fit in these boxes, and I'm using some Ranger archival ink. So as I was saying, I typically don't go for a vertical spread. I usually go for a horizontal spread. However, I'm trying something new. I figured, hey, this is the first time I ever did a plan with me video. This is the first time I've ever participated in any of these planner challenges. So what a perfect time to try something new. And I actually like the way that the stamps and the stencils and everything kind of work together. I think a great part of that is being that one part of this challenge is for us to use just black and white, and that definitely took some pressure off of me to figure out a color scheme or pull out any type of swatches or anything like that. Now here I am using some Happy Planner stickers from the Pink Memory Keeping book. Now, many of you out there probably saw some of the controversy that was going on with Happy Planner and the statement that they made about Black Lives Matter. And to be honest with you, I stand with you all. I did read the thread, and from that day forward, I decided, you know what? Unfortunately, this will be the last time I will be spending any money from that or on that company unless they make some sort of real apology or move towards doing better. Now in saying that, I'm also no fool. I spent a lot of money on a lot of these stickers and a lot of these products, and I'm not just going to toss them aside just because of a misfortunate event. I do feel that my support moving forward has changed. However, I also feel that this is money, hard-earned money that I have invested in joining this community and utilizing my creativity, and I'm going to use the tools that I have in order to get better at my craft. And when I find replacements along the way, I shall. Now, to be honest with you, I don't really grab Happy Planner materials that much. I do utilize the Happy Notes to convert into planners, and I also utilize some of their stickers. However, that's really it. I don't go out and purchase full Happy Planners. For one, I feel the pre-made planners just don't really fit my style and aesthetic, and I also feel that it's just too much. So here I only use the number stickers to fill in the little banners, and as you can see, I'm contemplating what I'm going to do with the top part because I knew I wanted to put down the main message of the spread. I just wasn't sure how I was going to do it, if I was going to do it with a stamp or hand lettering. And I decided, you know what? I've been working really hard for the past 6 months on my hand lettering. I'm going to actually showcase it. So here you see me drafting out where I'm going to place my letters and my embellishments and my flourishes. And I chose to do 2 of the words in lettering style, and then the 3rd word I decided to just do a very bold block letter to show an emphasis in my message. I used the Kelly Creates black small brush pen. And I went ahead and inked my main message for the spread, which is Black Lives Matter. I put it right at the top, very bold. And I also think it's kind of contrasting to the rest of the layout because everything else is pretty sans serif and very straightforward. And here I'm utilizing lettering and flourishes, so it kind of stands out. It kind of draws your eye to it. Even though the stamps for June have like a printed pattern to them, I think that the message is still very prominent and very in your face when you look at the spread. Now I'm contemplating what I'm going to do with the rest of this because my aesthetic with planning and layouts is really simple. I'm more of a functional planner, so I don't really do full coverage with stickers and things like that. I did want to add some dimension to these banners because I felt they were just kind of sitting a little flat, so I decided to use a black brush pen to kind of add a drop shadow on the banners. Now, because the stickers were sticking out a little bit, I did notice that I got some smudging where the marker went over the sticker, so you'll see that I'll go over that later. Now here I found some dark paper. It's kind of like black and brown, and it has a little bit of a pattern in it, an organic earthy looking pattern, and I decided to try this technique that I see a lot of planners and journalers do, where they kind of tear up paper to give it that rustic torn edge. And the first time I tore it, I looked at it and I was like, oh, I think I did it the wrong way, and it's also a little too big. It's not going to fit in this corner. So then I tear it again, and I'm like, okay, now I got the right size, but I don't see the tears. So I went back and I fixed that, and I'm using double-sided tape here to stick down the paper. So as I stick down the papers using double-sided tape, I decided to grab all of the elements and kind of lay them out to make sure that they fit. Now, I'm more of a functional planner, so I don't really cover up my entire spread with a bunch of stickers and things like that. I do a lot of writing in my planners, I do a lot of planning, so I did want to leave space for that and the space at the bottom for any notes. And as I lay out all of the different stickers, these are stickers that I got from a website, Sheen or Shine, Shein, and they're just a bunch of random quotes, and I find that some of the quotes actually worked for what was going on for this challenge, and they fit perfectly. And I will have those quotes in the description, and they're also on my Instagram page. And then I found this Frederick Douglass picture with a quote off of the internet. I just cut out the picture and then slapped some sticky double-sided tape on it and put a black matte border around it. And then I placed the stickers down in different areas that look pretty good to me. And then here I'm cutting off a little extra piece of the paper that was sticking outside of the sticker. And I kind of like how the layout kind of gives you a beginning of the week, a middle, and then the ending of the week. And then the final touch, of course, is a quote about hope. And here's the final spread. I hope you like it. I enjoyed this. Was my very first plan with me, and I thank you all for your support and encouragement, and I stand with you all in solidarity during this hard time.